guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's episode is a new kind of video for me. I'm going to be talking about some products that did not work out for me. You know, these videos are very, very personal. And I know everyone says this before these kinds of videos, but what doesn't work for me may work for you, and I don't mean to offend anyone if I mention a product that didn't work for me, that you may love, that may be your holy grail, and it just didn't work for me. So anyway, I don't mean to offend anyone. These are just my personal experiences with these particular products. So if you're interested in finding out what did not work for me from some of my recent hauls, then just keep on watching. So before I jump into the meat of this video, I just wanted to say a couple of things. One, I just wanted to thank all my subscribers and everyone who commented on my last video, which was my first PR haul video. Everyone was so sweet. The comments that you guys left was just, I mean, they were so kind and they were nice and supportive, and I really appreciate it. I try and reply to everyone's comments, but sometimes I may have missed one or whatever. I apologize, but thank you so much. It means the world to me that you would even watch my channel, that you would even subscribe, and then let alone take the time to comment with something really nice. So it really means a lot to me. Thank you. The other thing I wanted to mention was I purchased the Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette because I wanted it. I wanted to give it a shot, and I wasn't planning on doing a video because I feel like I'm a little bit tired of it. I see it all over YouTube, Instagram, everyone's talking about it, everyone's reviewing it, everyone's doing demos. But I thought I would kind of ask you guys if you wanted me to kind of do a review or a demo of the palette. Please let me know down in the comments below or give this video a thumbs up. I would be happy to. I just didn't want to kind of beat a dead horse, if you know what I mean. Alright, so let's jump into this video. I figured I would start with face products that did not work out for me. So a couple months ago, I did like a foundation review for the Gucci Lustrous Glow Foundation. It has sunscreen SPF, and in my review I talk about how the foundation seemingly appeared better as the day went on, and by the time I was ready to take off my makeup, it seemed like the foundation was really nice. I just wanted to follow up and say that is exactly what keeps happening. I think this is a foundation that works really well, probably like with your own oils, and the more oils your skin produces during the day, it sort of melds really well with this foundation. But with that said, I just don't have the patience. I mean, I understand that sometimes makeup takes a moment to set and kind of do its thing, but like 8 hours is just too long for me. And before then, I feel like it really sort of, I don't know, I don't feel like it accentuates my lines or pores necessarily, but it just makes me look a little bit older. It's a foundation that I don't feel like, it's like the opposite of blurring, if that makes any sense. In any case, this is not one that I feel like I'm definitely not going to repurchase. I'm not going to probably use. It's probably just going to sit in my drawer for now. But anyway, I thought I would mention that because this is fairly expensive, and for, you know, around this price point, I like all the Armani foundations. I like the Tom Ford Traceless foundation I just purchased. The La Mer foundation, which is a little bit more than this, but the La Mer foundation is flawless. I love that foundation. So I did not like this one. Another face product that did not work out for me, which kind of breaks my heart because I do actually really, really like this product. It is the NARS Charlotte Gainsbourg collaboration. It's the Hydrating Glow Tint, and I have it in the shade Light. I love the way this looks on my skin. It really worked for me, and it was this very creamy sort of texture, and it was comfortable to wear, and I thought it looked really nice on the skin. It wasn't too obvious of a foundation. It just sort of brightened my skin a little bit. But with that said, it actually gave me hives. It actually broke me out. I didn't get blemishes or clogged pores, but I literally got hives, like if you were to get a bug bite. And so I must be allergic to something in here. I have no idea what it is, and I was really hoping it wasn't this, but after the 4th time I used it and got hives, I knew it had to be this. So if you have sensitive skin, beware. I don't know what's in here, but you may have a reaction to this. So this next product, it was confusing, I guess you could say. So, it was such an odd situation. So this is the KEVYN Aqua Neo Setting Powder. This is the box that it comes in. You know, gorgeous packaging, typical KEVYN Aqua. If you have any of his other Neo products like the Neo Bronzer or the Neo Highlighter, you'd be familiar with this. And so this is the setting powder that is apparently goes from matte to satin finish, and you can kind of use whatever's in between. And I had really high hopes for that because sometimes I like a setting powder that's matte, you know, maybe for under my eyes, and then I like to kind of set the rest of my face with something a little bit more glowy. I really don't know if I can express what exactly it is that confuses me about this product, but I'll walk you through my experience. So when I first used it, I didn't realize that it had an overspray. So I just, you know, dug my brush right in and I kind of started to pat it on my face, and I had this like duochromy holographic pink finish to my skin, and I thought, oh my god, is that what's happening here? And then I realized that was the overspray, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I probably should have wiped that away first. So then the next time I used it, I realized that without that overspray, it didn't seem like there was much of a difference between this side and this side. It didn't seem like it changed from any finish to any other finish. So, you know, so then I tried it again, and then it just ended up being like a really kind of like thick, shiny, semi-glittery kind of setting powder. So strange. And I always think, you know, when I use makeup and it doesn't work out for me the first couple of times, I always think it's my fault. I think, okay, I used it wrong, or I misunderstood what it was, or whatever it is. So I just sort of, you know, I was puzzled by this, so I just sort of closed it and I kind of set it aside. And I think a couple weeks later, a couple days later maybe, Tati over on her channel, she reviewed this and just hated it, had a horrible time with it or whatever, and I thought, okay, maybe it's not me, but let me try and develop my own opinion again. And so I went in again and used it, and it's really just not a good setting powder. It's so thick and it's just odd. You know, and I think, oh, maybe I could use it as an eyeshadow or use it as a blush top or use it as a highlighter. It really isn't, it's not really good for any of those things. And I'm not sure, I don't know. If any of you guys bought this, please let me know if you like it. And if you do, how do you use this? Because I can't return it. And it was fairly expensive. And I like KEVYN Aqua stuff. So I really want to like this. But right now, I just don't even know how to feel about it. It's a very odd product. I'll leave it at that. And one thing that I hauled during that Sephora fall preview haul that I did, I purchased the new Hourglass bronzer. I can't even remember what shade I got, but it's one of the new ones, and it's the lighter one of the two for light medium skin tone. And I returned it because it was so pale on my skin. It just didn't do anything. And I thought, oh, well, I can maybe use it as a finishing powder all over. It just didn't even do anything for that either. And so I returned it. And, you know, I have last year's, or I don't know when they came out with this, but one of the older bronzers. I have the Luminous Bronze Light, which is this one. I love this one. This one's really nice. It's a little bit on the warm side, which I don't mind for a bronzer, and shows up on my skin. I don't know what is up with that other one. It just didn't show up on my skin at all. And then the darker version is kind of glittery. So anyway, I passed on the two new bronzers, which I was really disappointed with. So kind of a bummer, because I do love Hourglass and I love all of their powders. And I think maybe if you're fairer than I am, that bronzer would work, but it just didn't show up on my skin, which was surprising because I swatched it on the back of my hand and it showed up fine. So c'est la vie. So next up I have some eye products that did not work. I purchased a couple of the single eyeshadows from Maybelline, and this Tastefully taupe color, this is one of the darker ones, is it had so much promise. It's such a pretty color, but it has absolutely no pigmentation. I put it, you know, you swatch it, and then if you try and blend it, it literally blends away. It just completely disappears. So that was super disappointing, because I have the Nude Glow and the Glow Down from Maybelline, and these are lighter colors, and these are great. They have a lot of pigmentation, they go on and they blend nicely, so unfortunately this Tastefully taupe is a bummer. And during my New York City, my New York City haul, I mentioned purchasing 3 of the Makeup Forever Aqua XL Color Paint eyeshadows, and I have 2 iridescent colors, which are these 2, and then I got a matte color. I like these. I think they're great eyeshadows. I think they're long wear for sure. They blend nicely. The colors that I got are really lovely. I enjoy them a lot, but they ended up giving me Melia on my eyelid. I have 1 little piece left, but I stopped using it pretty immediately when I realized that was what was happening, and it's such a bummer. But if you do, or if you're prone to it, I would be careful with these. I have the same issue with the MAC paint pots. As much as I love them, they just, if I use them, you know, I just end up with Melia. So anyway, I do like these, but they just didn't work out for me. Sorry, I didn't realize how dry my lips were. I just put on some lip gloss. All right, back to eye products. So when I did a Tom Ford try-on haul, and I kind of, you know, went on and on about the fiber brow gel and how much I loved it, and a few people commented how I would compare it to the Benefit Gimme Brow, which I had never tried. So I ran out to Ulta and I thought, if this is comparable in the least bit, I'm going to be very excited, because it is much more inexpensive than the Tom Ford. So I ran out and I bought the Gimme Brow, and it just didn't work for me. It, I don't know, it just didn't volumize as much as I thought. It didn't really kind of fill in my brows as I had hoped. And on top of it all, the scent of it, as soon as you open it up, it smells like mascara, which I do not like at all. And you don't get that with the Tom Ford. So I really wanted to like this. I really wanted to like it, but it just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. It just didn't do much for my brows. I still love the Tom Ford one, and I am still a fan of the Glossier Boy Brow. And these 2 are my kind of brush-in brow products. These 2 are my favorite. And then on to lip products. So these 2 lip products I've actually had kind of hanging around for a little while, and I think I'm just going to toss them. But this is the NYX Butter Gloss. I know this is pretty popular here on YouTube, and I've heard a couple of people kind of rave about them, and there really isn't that much for me to like or dislike. I think it's just a very kind of blah product, but it's the texture of it bothers me. It's neither here nor there. It's not sticky. I kind of prefer a lip gloss that's sticky. Like, I know it's there, I know it's gonna kind of sit where it is and it's not gonna move around a lot. Or I like a lip oil. Like, I love those Lancome Juicy Shakers. They're very moisturizing. They give like a hint of color. They're a lot of fun. They're easy to apply. This is sort of in between, and I just don't like it. It just feels like a very weird texture on the lips, just like a little bit slimy. So not a fan of that. And then the other thing that I am not a fan of is this Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Peach Oil Lip Gloss. This was like one of those deluxe sample sizes, or maybe like a 100-point perk, because I wanted to try it. I had heard good things about it, but the scent, again, really bothered me, and this actually gave me hives on my upper lip. And I'm gonna go with the fragrance that definitely bothered my skin. That was definitely bothersome to my skin. It is such a potent, fake peach smell. It's really awful, and it reminds me of like children's makeup, and I'm not a fan of that. Another lip product where the scent just is the biggest turn off, and I can't get past it, but I purchased this Maybelline metallic lipstick. I was hoping to dupe the Tom Ford lip foil lipsticks, which I love, but it doesn't come close. The finish is not quite as metallic as the Tom Ford, and this scent, I can't even get past it. I would swatch it for you, but I'm not going to, because the last time I swatched it on my hand, even after removing it and washing my hand, I could still smell this weird, fragrant, plasticized smell, and it's nauseating. So not a fan. And I know this about Maybelline lipsticks, and I was hoping maybe they toned it down, oh, and I purchased this illuminating setting spray from Sephora during that fall preview sale, and the mister on this is not good. It doesn't have any power, so by the time the spray kind of reaches your face, it's just these sort of like droplets that just sort of sit on your skin. It's not this like fine mist that covers your skin. So I can't even speak to the actual product because it just doesn't go on properly. So I may return this if I can find the receipt. Because from that haul also I returned the Urban Decay Naked Oil, perfume oil. Again, something else I was allergic to. I don't know what's wrong with me. I must be super sensitive, but every time I put it on, it would make me sneeze. And I think maybe it's the lavender in there. But it smells great. That perfume oil, if you like a slightly kind of floral, citrusy, light, fresh summer scent, and you like that rollerball idea, I highly recommend the Urban Decay perfume oil, Naked Perfume Oil, I think it's called. It is lovely. It is a really, really lovely scent, and I was so bummed that it just didn't work out for me. So that's it for this video. Those are things that did not work out for me. I would love to hear if there are some things out there that didn't work for you, or if you've used any of these things that I've mentioned and you love them, or you agree with me, or whatever. I would love to hear any of your comments. And I hope this video wasn't, you know, too negative. I don't like to be negative, but I just wanted to share my experience with you. And if you have sensitivities as well, you may run across the same issues that I did with developing hives and sneezing and Amelia or whatever. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe below. I would appreciate it. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in my next video.